What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Even with the increase in power to 650, the Whisper of the Worm mission is still very much one of the most challenging missions to do in this game. And what I've noticed when I do live streams helping people get this weapon is it's not necessarily ads in the boss room that give people trouble. It's the platforming, it's the jump puzzle that gives people a lot of issues and doesn't give them enough time to clear this mission. So I wanted to make a dedicated video on just the jumping puzzle to give people an idea of the best way to go, the jumps to use, and how to give them the most time they have to clear this mission. So real quick though, before I get started, I do live streams for this every weekend on PS4. So if you haven't gotten this weapon and you need some help, definitely pop into the live streams. It also helps too if you're subscribed to the channel and if you have notifications enabled. That way you know whenever a live stream goes up. So with that said, we'll jump right into this jumping puzzle. Now I am on my Titan right now, and I am using the Lion Rampants. These are not a requirement, but it does make things quite a bit easier than if you don't have these, because it allows you to be less precise. You can also do this, of course, with your Hunter and your Warlock, and I will try to point out different instances where they can make jumps and where they can't, because it does vary by subclass. So you want to jump on that rock there and jump right up to this section here. This is going to allow you to continue with the mission. You can make the jump I just made with your Hunter on your jump boots. If you have the Stompies, you can make that jump. The Warlock though, instead of jumping on this rock, you want to jump over to this tree or this root system right here and jump from there over to here. That will allow you to make that jump. Once you get up here, you want to then go over to this blight and take the blight out. I'd recommend using a full auto shotgun. That will make quick work of that blight and allow you to progress in this jumping puzzle. You want to drop down this hole here and you're now next to a bunch of these dead Vex. That's how you know you're going in the right direction. So we're going to rush through here. You want to go through this section, crouch down, and once you get to this start of the red lights, that's how you know you're going in the right direction. Jump across that gap, and our goal now is to keep following the red lights. So we're going to jump down to this platform here, and you can kind of tell, but you'll notice that the wall does come out to the left here just a bit. So it's just enough to bounce you off the edge here. So you got to be a little bit wary and cognizant of that. Once you get down here, crouch down and walk through this way. And our next obstacle are these platforms that jump out from the wall. So these can send you flying off down to the abyss. So you got to be mindful of those. Once you get through here, walk across, and our objective now is to get down to this area. Again, we're following the red lights more or less over to here. So the intended path is to jump down to here and follow this along, avoiding these platforms. And you want to get over to here and jump from here over to here. But this jump can be made on all three classes. You can make this jump on your Titan with or without Lion Rampants. You can make this jump with the Warlock. You can easily glide down there to that pillar. And the jump can also be made on the Hunter, but I believe you need the jump boots to do it. So I'd recommend, if you can, if you have them, to make this jump. Now it's easiest, I'd say, on the Titan and the Warlock. It's a bit more difficult on the Hunter because you have to be more precise to make it onto this pillar here, but all three classes can make it. Once you get here, you want to jump across this way and keep going towards your left. I've gone off there to the right. There's nothing there. You want to go to the left. Now this jump, it does seem simple, but it's actually more difficult than it may look. It's a 90-degree turn around this way. And I think for your Warlock, it's probably the most difficult on the Warlock. You want to use your balanced glide. That will give you more control to get across that 90-degree turn. Once you're here, our next objective is to make it across this gap way over there to that elevator going up and down. But we have to go through this part here where there's these blocks that come out from the wall. Now, I'd recommend you want to use the quick jump here, and that will let you go past two of the rocks at a time. And it may not seem like much, but it'll save you just a little bit of time, and that makes all the difference here. So just tap X really quick. That'll let you jump past all those little blocks. The last one here does come out from the wall immediately, so you want to be pretty quick with that one, because you can see it comes right back out right away. Now once we get here, again, our objective is to make it over to that elevator. You can make this long jump if you have your Titan with Lion Rampants. You can make this long jump on your Warlock, and the Hunter may be able to make that jump, but you have to be super precise. So I would say you want to be better safe than sorry and make the short jump. Go over here. You want to land right here, and then you want to go around. So again, the balanced glide is probably your best bet. I'd say though, if you're on your Warlock, you're better off jumping from here all the way over here. I think that's your better play on the Warlock. Same thing if you have Lion Rampants on your Titan. So once you get here, you want to jump on the elevator, and you got to be pretty aware of this thing, because this platform pops out from the wall, and it's easy to get hit by that. So you want to time your jump. The elevator does help out quite a bit. It can send you pretty high up in the air, and you want to land on this platform. Now, instead of following the red here, once you get around the corner, you make an immediate left and go up this pathway. This will get you towards this section here where there's this diamond red hallway. Now, again, this may seem easy, but because there's all these platforms that shoot out from the wall, it's very easy to get hit around and fall down to your death down there. I'd say this part is easiest on the Titan because you have the shoulder charge to save you sometimes, and again, it's most difficult on the Warlock. I would say as a whole, the whispered jumping section is the trickiest, most difficult on the Warlock subclass. So if you have all three classes, you're better off using the Titan, then the Hunter, then the Warlock. But if you only have Warlocks, it's still doable. You just got to be a bit more careful, I think. So you want to go through here. Again, because I had the shoulder charge, I can easily kind of get through that pretty quick. It's tricky on the Warlock, and the Hunter I'd say is right in the middle. But once you get through here, you want to keep going forward. Now we're in a really, really large red room, and we have a few more obstacles to note. You have the Taken wipeout portals that are on each of these platforms. These will send you careening off towards your death, so be careful of those. And there's also going to be two Taken Vandals here. There's going to be a Taken Vandal basically right behind this pillar, and there's going to be a Taken Vandal way at the end before the exit. So the guy at the exit is not a concern, really. It's this guy right here. This guy will take you down really quick, no matter how high of a light level you are. So part of the challenge with this is you got to be pretty quick going from jump to jump. Not only do you not have much time to hang out on each of these, because the wipeout portals will send you flying away, but that Vandal there is going to light you up as soon as you jump across. So I like to avoid this first platform and jump right to this one. You can make that jump on all three classes, but the bigger challenge is the timing of it. So we're going to try to land on this right after that explodes, and then immediately jump to this platform. Once you get here, you don't have much time. You want to crouch and just go walk right through, because that Vandal will keep shooting you. You can see he's still shooting right there. So once we're through here, you now have a moment to catch your breath and see where we want to go next. We want to jump over towards this doorway. Now it does open and close pretty quickly, so part of it is timing it and getting through there. The Vandal that I spoke of, he will spawn right over here, but he won't be much of an issue. So again, instead of jumping to this platform, I like to jump right over to this one. Avoid that one altogether. So we're going to jump here, and we're going to make our way across here right away. We don't have time to hang out because of that Vandal, and ideally you time it just right like that. The doorway, if it's closed, you can still stand on that ledge, but if it's closing as you land on there, it will push you back. So part of it is timing it just right. Once you get through here, you're at the home stretch. You're almost there, but you still have a little bit more jumping to do. Now we're in this big room, and we see that Zola's talking there in the top right, and you want to ignore the left side. We're not really concerned with that. Our focus now is the right hand side, and you'll notice all these little Vex gateway portal things. We want to go to this one, the one in the far corner on the top. That's the way out of here. So let's jump across this way. And there's one thing we have to be concerned of, and that's a knight that will spawn right back here. He will spawn right there. We want to just run though and avoid him if we can. No need to shoot him and take him down. We're running all the way to the end, and we're jumping in this Vex portal. And it's going to drop us down into the next section. Now the one thing you want to be careful of is as you fall down there, that can kill you, so I like to use my burst glide just a little bit as I'm landing. This will lead us to the green room, which has some of the coolest music in the game, so I'll be quiet for a second. So now that we're in the green room, instead of running down into it, we're going to drop right down here to the right at the very start. So we came into the green room, we're dropping right down just a little bit, and your ghost lights up, and now you see a little secret pathway. This here will save you a ton of time. So we're going to drop down here, and we're going to make our way across. Be careful of that gap. We're going to make our way across and go to our right, and then make a left right here. This will lead us into the blue room, and now we're almost right to the ad section. So we're in the blue room, and we want to go around this cylinder. And if you hug the wall, you can sprint the entire way. Just keep hugging the wall there and keep sprinting, and you won't fall off the edge. That'll lead you right to here. And now we're on this plank. We want to jump all the way down to that doorway. Now it's a pretty far drop. It is deceiving, so you got to be a little bit careful, and there's not much of a space there. Once you're here, you want to run across that way. That jump can be kind of deceiving too, because if you fall down there, you'll die, and you really can't jump into that wall here because that'll push you right down. So again, some of these jumps, they seem easy, but they're more challenging in practice. So once you get through there, you're going to make your way to your left, jump across, and head up to this red doorway. Once you're here, you are pretty much at the boss section. So real quick though, before you drop down there and start fighting, if you're on your Titan, make sure you switch. I always like to go with anything that has a super mod. I think I have one of those pieces of armor here. Anything with super mod, and then I'll switch over to, usually I use my Doom Fangs on my Void subclass. But now we're at the ad section, and now the real fun begins, taking out all these enemies and then taking out the 3 bosses at the very end. But by far the most important thing in this mission is knowing the jumping puzzle, because that will give you the most time to make work here and get things done in the enemy area of this mission. So I wanted to make this, I know it's kind of long-winded, but I wanted to make this and go slowly through the jumping puzzle, trying my best to explain the jumps you can make depending on your subclass, and give people the best idea that they can on how to get this mission done. So let me know in the comments if it was helpful. Again, really quick, live streams every weekend. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and make sure you have notifications enabled. That way you can jump into the live stream. So thank you so much for watching. We'll all catch up soon, and best of luck if you're going for Whisper this weekend. See you later, guys.